do a quick review on my Harbor Freight Tools blasting cabinet, and I'm also going to do a quick review on these pressure blasters too at the same time. The blasting cabinet, it is fairly thin metal. The one thing I did replace not long after getting it is I got these nice gloves on eBay. I think it was eBay. I got the really nice rubber gloves. The ones that came with it were just cheap. They didn't last very long. It's pretty dusty right now because I haven't been using it much. Inside this thing here, the suction side, you need to make sure you get some 30 grit. I think I tried 60 and I heard that 30 works better, because I found myself running out of air quite often with this thing here. I would have to say that to be able to run this really well, you'd need at least 25 CFM compressor or more. I'm not sure what it's rated at. I only have 14, so it only 60 gallons, so it only runs like for a little while, and it starts to lose pressure, and it doesn't work that great as far as that goes. The light that was in here is horrible. But I mean, the cabinet itself is great as far as being worth the money. Of course it is. Let me turn on my light here. So what I did is I put one of these lights in here. A friend of mine told me about doing this, and actually it fell down. It's usually wired all the way up, so you just pull it in tight like that. And then I have that light facing down because it's a lot brighter than the one that came in it. The one that came in, it's just not bright enough. You can't see a darn thing with it. And in fact, even with that light, it's really not enough light to see clearly at all through the this thing here. You constantly have to clean this off and then replace the plastic that's on here on both sides. You notice I have pieces of tape on here. I actually put pieces of tape over the plastic and pull them off a piece at a time to keep the area to be transparent. So I mean, it's nice to have, but I'm going to recommend something real quick to you guys that are looking at this. Is get this pressure washer. Or a cabinet here, the sandblasting cabinet, but also buy one of these 20-pound or bigger pressure blasters, because I'm going to tell you, this pressure blaster puts out a lot more sand a lot faster than. Now, I haven't tried 30 grit with this yet, and I've heard 30 grit with this works the way it is, works even better. But I keep on getting plug ups with it too, even though I have a lot of water filters in my system and decant filter and everything. So I would highly recommend using this. So what I do now is I have this hose is from the pressure blaster, and it goes up into here, and then as I run out of sand, I just empty it out. I don't know if this is pressurized. No. I'll just empty it out of the bottom, fill this thing up here with sand, and then reconnect my air over here. And so I'll reuse the sand that's inside the machine and put it into my 20-pound pressure blaster. And man, I mean, that thing you have to turn the sand down on that because it really puts out the sand fast and will strip something in a lot less time than just this thing does. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you go to buy it. Definitely realize you're going to right away need some gloves, some good rubber ones. They're only like $15 or something like that. and realize that there's a hole already for this. You can, has a little cap that comes with it, so you can, and these things are like $59 or something like that. They're not much. So, but I would try, if you first, before you go and buy the pressure blaster, I would go ahead and try buying the